Welcome to the Tupelo City Council meeting, June 15, 2021. Tonight's invocation will be led by our very own Mr. Robert Cook, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Councilman Buddy Palmer. Mr. Cook?
Think about it. Father in heaven, we thank you again for letting us assemble. We thank you for everyone here, Lord. We thank you for this administration, Lord, as it leaves. We thank you, Lord, for the administration as it comes in. We ask, Lord, that you would do just completely bless our citizens, Lord, and our workers in this city. These things we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Please remain standing and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
I now call the meeting to order, and I call on our Vice President, Mr. Buddy Palmer, for confirmation or amendment to the agenda and the agenda order.
Thank you, President Bryan. At this time, I'd like to confirm the agenda and the agenda order. That would be my motion.
Second.
I'm sorry.
You've got an addition.
Okay.
Addition.
That would be 17.
17.
I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
Do you have that?
Pardon me?
Do you have the copy?
Yes, I do. That will be amended to add the addition to item number 17, where we will confirm Mr. Clayton to be the interim police chief. Is that correct?
That's
That would
correct.
be my motion.
Second? I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Bryan, second. All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move to proclamations, recognitions, and report agendas. Proclamations. Mayor, are there any proclamations?
No, sir, President Bryan.
Recognition Boy Girl Scouts, there are none. Employee recognitions?
We have one. This time, if I could ask our Councilwoman, Nettie Davis, to come join me.
I'm sorry, Nancy.
Excuse me.
That's all I'm doing.
Of course, Councilwoman Davis needs no introduction. She is an absolute legend in the city of Tupelo. She is an alumna of the civil rights movement to sit in, where she was spit on and harassed and had the things poured on her head and hauled off and that type of thing. And since moving back to Tupelo, has been an incredible part of the fabric of the city of Tupelo, a true embodiment of the Tupelo spirit and a force for good in our city. She taught for many years in the Tupelo public school system, and after her retirement sought position and won on the Tupelo City Council. So at this time, on behalf of the council, administration, and city of Tupelo, with sincere appreciation and thanks, we'd like to recognize Councilwoman Nettie Davis of the Tupelo City Council for 20 years of dedicated employment to the city of Tupelo. This is the 14th day. That's applause. 2021. Thank you, Councilwoman Davis.
I'd like to thank the city of Tupelo for this special
end up having 7 for real when I retired from teaching school, but it has been really a gratifying experience. I think it has kept me young to serve on the council. And one of my main things that I've always put emphasis on was us working together, unity in the city of Tupelo. And it has kept me kind of youthful. I don't want to get, if that dementia catch me, it'll catch me walking. I don't want to get caught at home not doing anything. So thank you so much for this recognition, and I'll put it along my iPads at home. Thank you.
That concludes employee recognition this time.
Now we will move into the public recognitions, and Ms. Davis, I will start with you.
I'd like to thank the city for presenting this special certificate of working 20 years, and I'd like to say that it has been really glorifying to work with the city council. They've all become very close to me, and I'm going to miss those who will not be serving it long, but I hope we'll still be friends, and I look forward to working with the 2021 through 2024 city council, and hope that I will be able to add something that will be gratifying to the community. Thank you.
I don't have any.
Yeah, Mr. President, I'd just like to thank the voters and the citizens of Ward 1 for allowing me to be their voice for the last 12 years. It's been an honor and a privilege to work with the city, and I appreciate the opportunity to serve. Thank you.
Mr. Bryan.
I'd like to thank you, Mike, Markle, and I wish Willie had come. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve with y'all for the past 8 years. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Mr. Pont.
Yes. This time, President Bryan, if you would. Well, Mike, as the Vice President of the Council, and I certainly agree with what Lynn said. You, Markle, Willie, Miss Nettie, when I got on the council, y'all were my mentors. And I really appreciate y'all working with me, and I think you've done a great job as president. And I'm gonna miss you, I'm gonna miss Markle, I'm gonna miss Willie, I really am. So, the mayor's got this presentation for you.
At this time, on behalf of the council, administration, city of Tupelo, with sincere appreciation and thanks, I'd like to recognize Mike Bryan, our city council president, for July 2020 through July 2021. And thank you for your service as president of the city council and your leadership in the city of Tupelo. Thank you, President Bryan.
Thank you. I just want to say that it has been an honor, privilege of serving the city of Tupelo in Ward 6 for 16 years. I have served with 3 administrations, Mayor Ed Neely, Mayor Jack Reed Jr., and each one term, and Mayor Jason Shelton 8 years. And I want to say that in 2005, when I took office, I hope that I can be remembered every 3-4 councils that we've had, that everyone in the city of Tupelo can say that it is a physical, financially better place to live than it was in 2005. And Mayor, you're a liberal Democrat. I don't want to bring up anything, but some of the tweets and votes and stuff. But I do want to say that I'm a conservative Republican. And I thought when he got elected, my first words were, oh, blank. And I do want to say that with this council, Markle, Lynn, Buddy, Travis, Ms. Nettie, and Willie, all the department heads over the past 8 years, we have definitely moved the city of Tupelo forward together. And I want to take the political part out of it. Stay off your tweets. Thank you.
Thank you for those kind words, President Brown.
Now we'll move into the mayor's report. Do I have kind words coming to me now? Move along.
I do want to welcome Tanner Newman and Scott Costello for being here representing Mayor-elect Todd Jordan, and I'll speak to that again in a little bit. Mr. Jordan, Mayor-elect Jordan, is unable to be here fulfilling duties as his role as a supervisor still, but I want to thank you for being here and thank you for everything that you're doing in the transition. You know, that's something that we take very seriously, and I don't think that it's any question that your team is far ahead of where I was at this point in time after being elected. So my hat's off to you, and I appreciate the great job and working with you in transition. Wanted to ask, and I've put you completely on the spot because I forgot to give you a heads up. We have also retiring our police chief, Barty Gary, who has been with the city for a number of years. And you have just a few seconds to think of something to say. I wanted to ask, sorry about that. If Chief Gary, if you'd come up and say a few words. We've been through everything together in the 8 years that we've served in these capacities, and certainly want to thank you and give you an opportunity to speak in what will be both of our last, unless you want to call a special call just for a mayor's report or something in the next 2 weeks. But would like to defer Chief Gary at this time.
Well, thank you, Mayor. I was not prepared for this, but maybe, you know, I had Richard Cotton in my office just prior to this, so I kind of gave him a little overview, you know, about my tenure as chief and everything. But one thing I really want to do is thank Mayor Shelton for giving me that opportunity to serve the citizens in this administration. We've been through a lot together, and I was telling the mayor at the reception Saturday that boy, we have a lot of ups and downs and every which way, a lot of happiness, a lot of sadness, just a lot of emotions during this administration. These last 8 years have been very, very trying, but you know, without God leading us through this, I just don't know how we would have been able to make it through it. So I just want to thank you, Mayor. Thank you for your friendship, thank you for your leadership, and thank the council for their support. Thank you.
I do have a short farewell that I'll try to be brief. I know I say that a lot, but before that, I do want to, as general mayor's report, the All-American City Family Picnic in the Park is Saturday, July 3rd. We will have food and music and entertainment. The graphic is on social media now, but that is going to be a great celebration. The All-American City Family Picnic, kind of continuing to get back to normal in the city of Tupelo. I want to continue to encourage everyone and remind everyone that COVID-19 is still an issue that fully vaccinated people can resume activities without wearing a mask or, physical distancing except where required, but also want to encourage everyone to get vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, you're not only putting yourself and your family at risk, you're putting others at risk. So we'd encourage everybody to take advantage of the free vaccinations for COVID-19 that are available. We do have some special guests other than that. Two have sort of snuck to the back door. One was a little excited earlier, but my wife and my son William are here, and my mom, and she made me promise not to say anything about her tonight. So I will not tell the story of how she came to one of my first council meetings when she thought the council was being mean to me, just to make sure that they knew my mother was here. But my mom and stepdad Buck Woods are here, and thank you for being here and all the love and support. It's been alluded to, but I want to thank each member of the Tupelo City Council, the 8 years, and Councilman Newell before that. We have, as Mike alluded to, we come from different political parties. We have different beliefs. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye. But there is absolutely no question that the time that this council and our administration has been in office, that it has just been an unqualified success for the city of Tupelo. We have, together with our department heads, and we'll thank each and every one of our department heads. Most of our department heads have been with us the entire 8 years. And just want to thank each and every one of you. I'm extremely proud. I will live the rest of my life knowing that our time in office was a successful tenure. It was one where we built upon the successes of our previous council and administrations, and we have in fact left the city of Tupelo in a better place than it was when we began. The new administration coming in is poised for success. We have unprecedented economic growth, unprecedented housing and commercial developments, unprecedented investments in infrastructure, quality of life, and beautification in the city of Tupelo. So we're poised for success, and look forward to seeing the successes of the next administration. The challenges Chief Gary faced, those were difficult. They were trying. They at times were gut-wrenching. But each and every time, our council, our department heads, and our team has risen to the occasion. Our most recent emergency, of course, is COVID-19. We had a series of emergency orders, and we had unanimous support to follow the recommendation and guidance of our North Mississippi Medical Center team, the healthcare professionals, to try to keep our citizens safe, to try to put in safety measures, to try to do things to make COVID as manageable as possible. And the same, from the murder of Sergeant Stauffer, from the tornadoes to the ice storms and the presidential disaster declarations, the different hardships that we faced. Each and every time our team has risen to the occasion. The economic success that we talked about, the protecting the bond rating, no new taxes for 8 years, those things. And I guess I could say it here, about every measurable indicator of success, we've done a good job as a team. We have, again, our tenure has been an unqualified success, and I will live the rest of my life with great pride in knowing that we did a good job for the city of Tupelo. And that's something that I want to thank our council members for. I want to thank each and every one of our department heads. We have an incredible team here that has done an incredible job. One thing that I learned very quickly, there's a notion of the quote-unquote lazy government worker. The men and women, the 450 plus employees that work for the city of Tupelo work their hearts out every single day to make the city of Tupelo a better place to live, a better place to work, a better place for recreation, a better place to raise children. And that's something that we can all be proud of. We have a wonderful community. There is, of course, some bias, but I don't think I'm alone in the belief that the city of Tupelo is the very best that the state of Mississippi has to offer. We kind of outkick our coverage, to use a saying sometimes in sports. We're an economic hub for banking and finance. We're a global leader in the furniture industry. We're home to the largest rural healthcare center in the United States. We're the smallest city in the United States that is the home of two financial institutions worth over $10 billion each. We've been dubbed Bank City USA by the American Banking Association magazine. The list of successes and recognitions goes on and on before you even get to the All-America City, the Great American Main Street, the Southeastern Tourism Society Awards, the different recognitions that virtually all of our departments have had in the past 8 years for being the very best at what they do. And that's something that I'm extremely, extremely proud of. So thank you to our council, thank you to our department heads, thank you to our employees for a job well done. I also want to again express my congratulations to our new mayor and our new city council. When I took office in 2013, I didn't know some people like President Bryan weren't exactly thrilled that I was mayor. I didn't know how that reaction would be. But the people that, even though they didn't support me, loved the city of Tupelo. And I have no question, no doubt, that the new administration, the new council members, love the city of Tupelo just as much as I do, just as much as our council members do. I got the support from even those who opposed me after I took office. It is my intention to fully support the new administration and would ask all of our citizens to do the same. That will conclude my report at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Shelton, and it has been a pleasure. We'll close the regular meeting, open up public agenda, public hearings. Item 1, in the matter of public hearings for lot mowing.
I move that we would approve.
Ms. Nettie, this is just a public hearing, excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Is anyone here to speak on public lot mowing? Anyone here to speak on lot mowing? We'll move to appeals. There are none. Citizens hearings, there are none. We'll close the public agenda and move back into the regular session. Action agenda, no action. Routine agenda. Item 2, in the matter of approval of council minutes for June 1st, 2021.
Make a motion, we approve. Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Coach Beard. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 3, in the matter of bill pay.
Move that we pay the bill.
Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Palmer. Any discussion? The bills are paid tonight by Mr. Whittington, Mr. Bryan, Mr. Palmer, under the watchful eye of Tracy Dillard. All in favor? Motion carries. Item 4, in the matter of advertising and promotional items. There are none. Item 5, in the matter of budget amendment number 8.
I move that we would approve budget amendment number 8.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Davis, second by Coach Beard. Ms. Hannah?
Thank you. This is the 8th amendment that I'm proposing this fiscal year. This is basically a housekeeping, an amendment, as well as a couple of items that have just popped up that we need to address. I've got 6 funds that we're amending. We went over them thoroughly yesterday. I'll try to be brief, and I'll just highlight those today. But we've got the general fund. We're asking to amend that $93,000. $50,000 of that is an insurance check for the storms that Park and Rec had damage from back earlier this year. You'll see both of those in the community services and the Park and Rec capital to replace those items and fix those items. The other items are just transferring amounts around of where the departments could need them, with this being the last budget amendment before the term is up. We will have one more, but this is just basically the housekeeping one. Development services, we're transferring money to supplies from services in the amount of $1,500. The fire department, they had vehicle repairs that needed to be done on several of the engines in the amount of $17,000, as well as the aquatics facility repairs. They had a water leak, and we're looking at $26,000 total for that. Those items can be easily covered by the governmental revenue that we've received this year in excess of what we budgeted, and so we're proposing that $93,000 change in the general fund. We're also asking to amend the capital and infrastructure fund. The majority of those funds are coming from the TIF bond issue. It was issued today. We have received the $616,000. We're also asking to transfer $85,794 to help pay the cost of issuance that we're holding in a reserve fund from the taxes that we have already received on the Fair Park TIF. The only other item that we're asking for on the capital plan is $115,000, moving that from the revitalization money to the purchase of property for the property that was approved at the last council meeting, the Blair Street property. The only other funds that we mentioned yesterday is the tax increment debt service fund. This is that transfer. This is the other side of that transfer that we will make into the capital and infrastructure fund to cover the cost of issuance on the TIF, as well as the supply money that we're asking to move in both the water and sewer fund and in the electric fund in the amount of $150,000 and $200,000 respectively. We had storm damage this year, and those supplies are running a little bit low. If we don't need it, we won't spend it. Also, the last amendment, the last fund in the amendment is the sanitation fund. We are needing some additional improvements made to the plant, not the plant, they call it the Wandura plant, but Little Red Oaks dump site. That is a Class 2 site that we need backfill in, and those improvements need to be made this year. We're hoping to get some free dirt from some projects, but if we don't, we will end up having to buy dirt to go on that site. So that $10,000 that we're asking to amend the sanitation fund will go toward that cost. And that's basically it.
And
Ms. Davis?
on the storm damage, park and recreation, what parks received damage? I know Gumtree Park did, and any other one?
Ballard Park received a good bit of damage. We lost a lot of soccer goals. We're asking to replace all those goals, as well as there was a building, I believe it was the concession stand, at the Ballard Park complex. It actually took the roof off of that. They had to move everything out, and some things were lost in there, but basically those repairs were covered under community services out of our storm account. But since we received that insurance check, they did remove of course, the $25,000 before they sent us the remaining $50,000, but we did get $50,000 to cover some of those damages. And the general fund will be able to support the rest of those damages.
Well, I didn't hear you mention anything about Gumtree Park as far as the pavilion that was damaged heavily.
I'm not sure what the cost, have we spent any money on that?
Stuff that we will have further discussion on a little bit later about what we do.
Okay, I think that will be brought to you soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd just like to say, and if you have this copy, you can see what a great financial group we have here under leadership of Ms. Kim. And it's kind of like yesterday, we went through all of this, and a couple of us were asked to stay after class. And Travis and I stayed after class and went over it with Missy and Kim, and we understand a little bit more about what she's saying, and we certainly, we're going to listen to what you say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move to item 6 in the matter of new bank account, TIF bond account.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Palmer. Ms. Kim?
Yes, I'm asking for permission to open a new bank account. We received those funds today, and I need to transfer that into the TIF bank account. I will probably be bringing that to you next month for the council to close that bank account once all the bills are paid. We've paid the developer, but we're going to open this up temporarily.
Further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 7 in the matter of closing special assessment bank account.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Palmer. Ms. Kim?
Yes, the bank account that we have at Trustmark it's now time to make that inactive and just terminate that bank account. We have paid all of the debt service that we had tied to special assessments. I think the most we've had is 4 at one time, but those are complete, and it's time to close that bank account.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Hannah. Or no, you have one more, I'm sorry. Let's see here. Item 8, in the matter of transfer of funds to close special assessment fund.
Make a
That's what
motion
we
to-
just did.
Well, no,
Make a motion to
actually.
approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Bryan.
Yes, there's a resolution, just bringing it before you and asking for permission to transfer money from the special assessment to the general fund and actually the municipal reserve. This will close that bank account out. These are not special assessment dollars that we've collected through the tax bill. These are funds that we've loaned to that to that fund to help with the debt service payment. Timing differences would have caused a deficit. So we let that fund borrow money. It's time to transfer that money that we borrowed back and close that fund out
How much is it?
that we're transferring. It's not to exceed $119,000. I think it'll be roughly around $100,000 when it's all said and done.
Further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Hannah. Item 9, in the matter of memorandum of understanding between the Chickasaw and Kana Foundation and the City of Tupelo.
I move that we would approve the memorandum of understanding between the city of Tupelo and Chickasaw Connect Foundation.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Davis, second by Mr. Whittington. Mayor Shelton?
Thank you, President Brown. This is a matter that we've been working on for quite some time, and I didn't recognize my mayor before I was hoping to get a chance to hear. Brady Davis with the Encana Foundation is here. They did a presentation not too long ago, but this is a huge step moving forward in the Chickasaw Heritage and Cultural Center that we've been working on, partnering with the state of Mississippi, the Encana Foundation, the Chickasaw Nation, and of course us with the city of Tupelo. But we will have a signing ceremony, not this coming week, but the following, and would ask everybody to be there. But this is a continuation of the memorandum of understanding of completing the Chickasaw Cultural and Heritage Center just off of Natural Trace. And the Parkway of Natural Trace is a tremendous partner in the project as well.
Further discussion? Input? All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move to item 10 in the matter of lot mowing.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Coach Beard. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 11, in the matter of review approved planning committee minutes of June 7th, 2021.
I move that we approve the planning committee minutes of June 7th, 2021.
Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Whittington. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. In the item 12, in the matter of review approved tax abatement application for 495 South Gloucester.
I move we approve this tax abatement.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Ms. Davis. Mr. Faulkner?
This is the new building that's being built on the Varsity Drive intersection of South Gloucester. It's approximately $10 million building, and it qualifies for the abatement under our tax abatement program. I'd also like to say that it's a very well-designed building. We considered offering a design award to the developer. He declined to have an award because he doesn't like meetings, but we like it. We think it adds to that area, that they've done a good job in pulling that old mall together into a valuable property that's lifting the value that's around it.
Very good. Any discussion?
I would like to just make a comment that building has really added and enhanced that area, because at one time it had gotten a little blighted. So I'm just really happy to see that building go up, and it's really a beautiful building and will represent that ward real well.
Coach Beard, that's your ward, right?
It is.
Yeah. Further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 13, in the matter of surplus weapon for retirement.
Make a motion, we surplus.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Coach Beard. Mayor Shelton.
Thank you, President Ryan. This is a routine but a special request. This is the service revolver for Chief McGarry, and in accordance with state statute and custom would request that service weapon or duty weapon be surplus and sold to him for $1.
Any discussion? Chief, speech? You pass? Okay. All in favor? Motion carries. Item 14, in the matter of bid approval, hot mix 12-month supply.
I move that we would approve the bid for the hot mix for 12 months supply.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Davis, second by Coach Beard. Mr. Williams, you smile when this comes up and we approve it, don't you?
Absolutely, yes, sir, we need this. This is a 12-month electronic bid we got going on for our pickup mix, which means this is the mix we use every day. 8-pack was the only bidder at $73 a ton, and last year it was 70, so it is going up steadily, so.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 15, in the matter of request for approval to remove item from asset surplus at auction.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Whittington. Mr. Williams?
Yes, sir, this is 3 items we have that's no longer in use or in need of repairs, cost much to fix them. A lawnmower, a fuel management system of the Tupelo, we just replaced that this past year, and then an old ice machine. We should get those ready for the auction coming up next month.
Further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 16, in the matter of CVB minutes, May 4th, and June 1st, 2021.
I move that we approve these minutes.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Mr. Whittington. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. We'll close the regular session, move to, it's not on my computer. Item 17, in the matter of approval of Deputy Chief Jackie Clayton as interim chief effective July 1, 2021.
So
I
moved.
move that we would approve Jackie Clayton as the interim police chief effective July the 1st. Oh, I'm sorry.
The motion by Mr. Bryan, second by Ms. Davis. Mayor Shelton?
Thank you, President Bryan. This is alluded to a pre-council yesterday, is a unique situation. As we talked about tonight, Chief Gary, last day is the same day as my last day, and the council members that are not returning. The new council, of course, will be sworn in. The new mayor will be sworn in on July 1st, but they will not meet until July 6th, so there will not be a chief during that interim. So I've spoken with Mayor-elect Jordan and his team, who again are here tonight. The recommendation and request from Mayor Jordan was to nominate Deputy Chief Jackie Clayton to serve as the interim chief until the new mayor could make a permanent selection. I'm honored to do that. I absolutely cannot think of a more qualified and capable person than Deputy Chief Clayton. He's been with the city for about 40 years now, and will do a fantastic job leading the Tupelo Police Department until a permanent chief can be named, and we just respectfully request the confirmation of his nomination at this time.
Any discussion?
Could we have him to stand up and I think he's worked for the city about 40-some years. But we still need to recognize him, so could we have him to stand up where everyone can see him?
Stand up. Further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. We'll now close the regular session, move to the study agenda, no items. Executive session, Counselor?
No items.
No items. Move to adjourn.
Make the motion, we adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Palmer to adjourn. All in favor? Motion carries. We are adjourned.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.